Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you for stopping by. In today's reading, I'm aiming to talk about the energies that are surrounding you in more detail, what is just happening in the current past, what is recently happening, and also what's likely to happen in the future. So I hope that this reading can bring you some clarity, and whenever you're ready, you can just move forward with your reading with the timestamps below. And this will be group number 1, and this will be group number 2, and this will be group number 3. So you can pause the video if you haven't chosen the pile yet, and you can meditate a bit. And when you open your eyes, you might feel that you drawn one of the piles already, or you can use a pendulum, or you can just go with the crystals or the number, whatever you feel like to do. So I will start with group number 1. Hello, group number 1, and this will be your reading. So if you choose this crystal, so let's start with your reading. We're first going to start with the energies that are surrounding your recent past, and there is balance, spirituality, and practicality in the full moon in Pisces. And as a clarification, there is blossoming and abundance in reverse. And what is currently happening, what's the energy that's surrounding you currently is a show of the world, real you, the full moon in Aquarius. And the clarification is a door to spirit in reverse. And what's likely to happen in the future is the end of a type cycle approaches in full moon and Capricorn. And as a clarification, the magician and the mirror. So let's see. Before I pull your cards, I get the energy of like stagnancy, as if as something is frozen. So something was taking a lot of time to actualize, or maybe you were not feeling the joy anymore. So something was like kind of maybe blocking you. So there might have been some fears of you, as if that I'm seeing in here, like show the world real beautiful in Aquarius. So there might be fears around that one, like what kind of judgment you might be getting. And what else? Let's dive into the reading with the cards. So one thing is that what's recently happened, the balance, spirituality, and practicality in full moon and Pisces, is that I feel like you have just currently closed a big cycle, or you might be still in the progress of closing a big cycle, because Pisces is a last zodiac sign, and it is that sign has just gained all the wisdom and all the experiences of all the other signs, since it just goes to the Pisces. So there's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of emotions which is coming with the Pisces, and the full moons are always about completing a cycle and ending a cycle in order to begin a new and more in order to begin a new cycle which has more opportunities, basically. So it might have been a bit hard for you to deal with everything recently. Maybe it was really emotional, and maybe it was really felt heavy. That's why you might be feeling a bit like something is not like moving forward. I keep stucking at the same, I keep turning around the same place, the same things keep happening. So maybe you felt like you have given up. So you might felt like even maybe in terms of money, with the blossomings and the abundance, that whatever you were putting it on there, maybe related with your work, you were not seeing the results. So it might have feel a bit frustrated. But what I'm seeing is that Also, maybe you have been pulling it out a bit from I don't know, maybe like a friends, or like you were just putting a pose on to your putting a pause on to the things that were once giving you joy. Let's say if you were into meditation and you were like meditating to like really calm your mind and be in the present moment. Maybe you feel like your daily routines were a bit changing, so you were not attracted to the things that you were attracted before. Let's say it's like a transition phase that I am feeling it, but I feel like they were happening in order to like in order for you to start to a new cycle. Like it was just like nudge. So I really would like to get clarification with the tarot. Oops, that is a lot for sure. I'd like to get clarification for the recent past energy that's just happened. Ooh, that just jumped the devil in the reverse. Yeah, it was exactly a thing that you kind of put yourself through. So in a devil card, you could see that the lock is already open in this card. So that mermaid has an opportunity to basically let herself out from the cage, but she's not doing it. So it's her choice. So the devil in the reverse, that there was some let's say a toxic pattern or something you feel safe in your habits, that you do not want to break them, but you already feel like you are not happy there. So this is what is basically broken down right now, baby. That's why something is kind of pushing you right now with the show, the world, the real you, and the full moon and Aquarius. So you do have the full moon still over. So Aquarius is as an air sign, is ruled by the mind, and it is kind of like maybe I could just put it in a way that a rebel sign, because it doesn't like to follow the crowd. It's crowds, so it really has its own personality, character, and would like to be out of the box. It likes to think out of the box. So I'm feeling is that this is what is kind of like pushing you right now. The Dorse spirit is that there is a change upcoming. Maybe you keep just getting some messages from your dreams. Maybe your dreams were not making any sense to you. Like maybe you were not the kind of person that were so into looking at the meanings of the dreams, or you might not be dreaming a lot in the past, but maybe right now there is something started waking up in you. So something feels like maybe is calling out for you. Let us get some clarifications about what's going on recently. That flew out. Okay. Ace of Pentacles, exactly. There is an opportunity right now. There's an opportunity that is presented to you, and you might be doubtful about whether to take it or not. I don't know if this is a reading which is focused mostly on the career. If that is the question on your mind, if that's the thing really bothering you recently, just take it as it resonates, because this is a general reading, so there might be several people watching it. So with the Ace of Pentacles, there's an opportunity represented to you, and it might be feeling a bit risky to you whether to take a step forwards or not, because it requires for you to get out of your comfort zone a bit, what I'm feeling. And by doing it, so by really accepting what is happening, actually, you're going to complete the feeling that you're in for a long while with the Capricorn. There's a full moon in the Capricorn, so end of a tough cycle is approaches. So whatever you're feeling, whatever you're struggling with for a long time, this Capricorn is a sign that it's a goat, and they are pretty. Let's say stubborn, so they are pretty determined. Capricorn is a very determined sign, so it moves forward, it goes and it never stops until it gets what it wants, because he knows, like, he puts all the efforts and all the resources out there in order to achieve. So he knows that there are going to be tons of obstacles in the way, but he's going to get what he wants. So this is the energy that you have been, and I'm feeling it. So Capricorn energy usually doesn't represent me like a very like short term struggles, etc. No, this is something that has been happening for a while. And with the Magician and Mirror as a clarification there, so you are going to find that you're going to find a balance in the duality within you. The duality, I mean that how to really balance out your emotional side and with your passion, basically. So there is also balanced spirituality and the practicality over there. You already started to balance it out in the future, and now you already you already started to balance down the recent past, and this is what's gonna come up again in the very possible future, in the very soon future, basically. Magician in the Mirror is kind of an energy that they know they could just make anything they want happen. So you're going to come into a realization that you're a lot powerful, a lot stronger than you imagine. There's just like that, I guess, leap of faith that you need to take. Well, Ace of Swords. You're gonna gain a clarity. You're gonna gain mental clarity about what it is possible that you could do, so you can break any kind of cycle you have been in with. So if you can see around here, there's like an infinity symbol at the top of the head of the Magician in here. So this infinity symbol also represents like the cycles that we have been in all over again. So you're going to realize the reason why they are happening. It's just in a sense like gaining like a bigger perspective. So like getting rid of the victim mentality. If that's the case, it's usually easier to go there when like as things start to do goes like worse and worse as time goes by. So it's easier to give it up. So it's just saying that perspective is going to change, because you're going to gain a clear perspective about how strong you are. And you can actually like achieve whatever you put your mind into. Let me just get one last message, like a general message for group number 1 to end the reading. What is a general message for group number 1? It was hard to get cards for you guys. Yeah, time to go. Time to go. Whatever is on your mind, it's time to go. I feel like this is like a message for the Ace of Pentacles, the opportunity that is on your mind right now, whenever I'm talking about it. It says that the sun sets and rises each day. And it is the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life, and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of new beginnings, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. Yeah, it's just like a very encouraging message telling you that whatever is coming into your mind while I'm talking about right now, just go for it, and don't be afraid to show the world the real you, because this is what you have been like working at all for a very long while with the full moon in Capricorn card. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope this really brought you some clarity. And I'll move forward with group number 2. Hello, group number 2. If you have chosen this crystal, then this will be your reading. And let me start with a very general message before starting to your reading, is that I was feeling some kind of like a very emotional energy around you recently. It might feel like there are like two opposite pulses that you cannot decide what to do, just like a duality within you. But that's a very general message, so take it as it resonates. And let us start with your reading. And you guys are the pile that I couldn't get only one card for your future, present, and the past energy. So let's see. These 2 cards will be representing what just happened in the past, recent past. The confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo, and your dreams needs a practical plan and full moon in Taurus. Okay, and as a clarification, we have appreciation. And what is currently happening is that surrender to the divine, full moon. Ooh, have faith in your dreams. Okay, and as a clarification, we have adjacent possibilities in reverse. And as a possible feature, meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. And angel of strength, beautiful, as a clarification. Okay. So in the recent past, you might have taken an action which was really requiring for you to be the confident to yourself. Like there shouldn't be a room for any questions about that. So maybe you have realized that you need to actually take an action, like make some things happen, as it says in here, like a practical plan. So you might have been just dreaming about something for a long while, but then you just realize that I got this nudge, now I can just do that. So maybe you take an action towards what your dreams were. Okay, and with the appreciation in here as a clarification, I feel like that really felt good. Like you started to you also saw the results of your action in a quite quick timeline. Let's say after you make your move, then you started to feel a bit more appreciative, and you started to see how things are unfolding naturally. Let's say let's get a clarification from tarot about the recent past energies. Okay, I'll get King of Swords in reverse. Okay. Take it as it resonates, but like there might have been an authoritative figure in your job or around your surroundings, family, whoever he is. So maybe you have gained confidence to stand up for yourself against this a figure to basically make your dreams come true. So there might have been some kind of confliction between what you want and what other people were expecting in your life from you, and then you just stood up for yourself. Let me actually also see if there's any other messages I needed to give about that. So it just says that with the reverse, All kings have a rebellious nature. They all want to leave their mark on the world and be seen as special and unique. Often, this line of thinking becomes corrupted by the king's ego and chaos ensues. So, if you become more interested in being a rebel without a clue, then clueless is exactly how you will be remembered. People will not look back on your work or life as something noble, but instead as something disruptive and annoying. It might seem easier to use that big sword to get your way, but that is not really what makes a leader. You can lead or rebel, but you cannot do the both. Yeah, yeah, I feel like this is the energy that is taught in the description of the book, that this is the energy that was surrounding you. I'm not necessarily seeing that this was your behavior towards what was happening, but I'm seeing that this was the energy that you were getting rid of by standing up for yourself. You started a new cycle with that one. I guess you started that new cycle that right now you are surrendering. You are going with the flow. When I was mentioning that there might be a very emotional time, so this full moon represents of it. So this is like a full moon card. So everything might be so intense right now. Everything might be feeling really intense because full moons are all about closing a chapter of your life, basically. So moon represents our feminine side, our instincts, in a sense, our fears, the things that we suppress, the silent voice that speaks to us. As against to our ego, basically. So I feel like everything was so intense that you choose to basically surrender, like something uh, push you to the edge to stand up for yourself in here. I feel like, and you just started to you are just trying to have really faith in your dreams. So I feel like right now you are under a transformation. You're under a very beautiful transformation. The one thing is that you are still under progress of surrendering to the divine, letting everything goes with its own pace, because you are maybe still trying to control some things. So adjacent possibilities is, if you just look this card as an upright position, you can see that there are doors everywhere, and it really doesn't make any sense to have doors like at the floor or like the one on the top of other, like what doesn't make sense. Like, it is just calling it out that don't try to push things and try not to make sense out of everything that's happening. So it is really about surrendering to the divine, because the solution that you're looking it out for might not be exactly how things needed to be. So you really need to let the things unfold. Let us get clarification about what's happening recently. Wow. Six of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords usually represents like moving away from a situation in order to start a new cycle. Maybe you are still focusing on the obstacles along your plan. You might be still focusing on the practicality. You have started it, but you have been maybe like still juggling in between. So what could have happened? And you're like, okay, now I just started it, but how about if I could have like done it in this way? And you start like really developing into your mind a lot more than you should have been, because most of the times we really cannot see the bigger picture. The possibilities that is on our minds is just a very limited scale of it compared with what actually could have happened. So just really try to surrender it, as I said in here, because everything is going to unfold a lot easier when you surrender it. Like, don't try to go back and contemplate on what is happening, what just happened, what could have happened. So in the upcoming future, there's a new cycle beginning for you with the new moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. So that will be a big part of your help, let's say, in order to really be present in the moment, really balance out the duality between you right now that you are struggling. So it might be really an emotional time, but you are going to learn how to balance it out. You're going to realize that you're a lot stronger than you realize. I also feel like you are going to learn how to tame that louder voice of ego within you. With the ego, I mean not this very, let's say, not in a bad way that you are being like so, let's say, snobby or etc. But you're going to learn how to shut down that negative voice in your mind, basically, because these control issues that I'm seeing with the Six of Swords in reverse and the adjacent possibilities in reverse will need to be balanced, and this is how we are going to do it. So this Leo, the lion over here, represents our ego, and that lady, that angel, is a tame the lion, basically. So this is how you are going to tame the ego, the lion in you, that louder voice that can tell you that no, you should have done this a lot better. You think that you're good enough for that, but have you considered that option? So you're gonna learn how to tame that one, and the meditation is really going to help you to do that, I feel. So let us get to woof. Okay. Queen of Swords. Let me see. Yeah, that's the only one that came out. You're really going to step into your Queen of Swords power. I feel like you are going to learn how to really discern your emotions from your practical decisions, because the Pisces is a very emotional sign, very intuitive sign, and Queen of Swords is just like the opposite polar. Queen of Swords energy is an energy that it likes to like it doesn't like any small talks. It just wants to go for the source of the problem and just want to solve it, just want to cut it out. She doesn't like to be dealing with the emotions. So they are very different. They are opposite poles. That's what I was talking about with the duality before I start reading your cards. So you are going to learn how to balance it out. You are going to learn how to balance that louder voice in your mind with your intuition, basically, like when to be rational and when to learn and when to trust your intuition, because like that balancing is very crucial, and especially it can also like help you with your relationships, with your job. So when to trust who, and also like while you're taking while you're like making decisions. Okay, so let's get one last card. One last message for group number 2. What is the general message for group number 2? Okay, get this one. There is nothing to worry about. Oh, that's sweet. So you're safe, and this situation is under perfect control of divine providence and universal order. So only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. Wow, that is beautiful. It's just like surrender to the divine. Please do not let your worries, the louder voice within you, to take the control. So there is nothing to worry about. Wow, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. So thank you so much, group number two. I hope that this really brought you some clarity or some relief. So I will move on with group number three. Hello, group number three. If you choose that pile, then this will be your reading. And before I start your reading, I would like to give a very general message. Um, when I was just pulling out your cards, I feel some very like hot energy around my legs. So maybe grounding yourself is very important to you right now. And yeah, so let's start with your reading. So the first card will be representing your recent past energy, which is expect powerful change. The new moon eclipse. Wow. Which by considering that we just had an eclipse and we do have two cards for clarification. A man holding a heart and goddess of the moon. Wow. Wow. You might have recently walked away from someone. So the current energy is represented for a time for healing, balsamic moon. And as a clarification, the world, you are closing out a chapter. And as a feature energy, luck is on your sign, the new moon in Sagittarius. And as a clarification, men holding a coin. So it's a very general look. You might have you had a powerful change, in the very recent past that is still it's still holding its effects on you. So it might be still feeling a bit so exciting, or you might be still trying to digest what just happened. So maybe you had a connection, you find a connection with someone, a very, very intuitive connection, or you might have had a talk with someone about what you actually want, like a very like authentically, like you just put yourself out there. The man holding a heart is a very genuine card. That man had the piece of heart from basically his skin, like from his clothes. So he's just giving a part to you from himself. And Goddess of the Moon is a very intuitive energy that connects you with your higher self, basically. Let's get a clarification from tarot about what just happened. That powerful change happened basically with your actions. It wasn't it wasn't an external thing. So we do have three cards for clarification: Eight of Wands, Three of Swords in reverse, and Queen of Pentacles in reverse. What I'm seeing is that you basically pulled your energy from someone just in a sudden. So I'm having chills. I'm still having chills. So you are moving away from heartbreak. You're getting over heartbreak right now. It was really like it was very painful. Three of Swords, they're very painful. It just represents like a heartache, like a literal heartache. So the fact that it's in reverse, you're getting over it, but there is still effects of it. So basically, you pulled your energy to yourself from that person. You just make a decision, and it was so sudden. It was so sudden for that, for you to take that decision. I guess it just happened as a blink of an eye, and it just hit that person so sudden too, as I feel. And Queen of Pentacles is kind of an energy that you earn everything by your doing, basically. But you just came into a realization that it doesn't work. Keep sharing it with the people that do not appreciate it. So you understood that there is a line between being selfish and being self-caring. So you are being self-caring towards yourself. That is a powerful change that happened. You just make your own yeah, you just write your own story basically over here. So I guess you were being really intuitive about it. That sudden change, that sudden decision, that game was very intuitive. It just happened. And with the man holding the heart, maybe like you get you just pull your energy back from that person, or there might have been also a possibility that you have just met also with someone after that decision of pulling your energy back from someone who doesn't deserve it, who doesn't value in a way that you should be valued, so that you met with someone. And this is also causing you some kind of like very exciting moments right now. But grounding yourself is very important, as I'm seeing. And what is happening currently is you're healing. You are really healing. You are closing out a chapter, and this is a 29 adds up to 11, and you are bringing a powerful change right now. Um, the World card in this oracle deck, it also represents the connection with the social media. So I don't know if you're getting some kind of like a help or support or over the over the internet. Maybe you're contacting with someone. Um, like it's a very general reading, but I could just put out in a way that maybe like you're seeing like a psychologist or like some mentor, etc. So you might be getting a help right now to heal from what just happened, and that's a very beautiful. Just for some reason, I don't get this cards often, so I really would like to see if I can quickly check its meaning. Yes. So pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past, and a bright future is beckoning. Oh my gosh, I love it. So, however, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. So then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. So it's time to let go of the past. You're about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal and think about how this situation would look if everyone were healed. Yes, you definitely shouldn't be rushing into things. So this is a general reading. So take it as it resonates. But if you have started a contact with someone new recently, so just it's a reminder that do not rush into things being before feeling fully ready for it. So let's get a clarification about your current energy from tarot. Okay. Two of Swords and Nine of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you cannot see the things clearly right now. It's like stalemate. So you really need more time for healing. This is not a place to make decisions right now in your life. With the Nine of Wands in reverse, everything you have been going through feels so much like burden to you. You're at the breakthrough, but it just feels so overwhelming. So you really need to take a time out from everything right now for healing. Basically, you don't need to try to understand what just happened. You don't need to try to push things to get any better. You just need to take a time out. Everything is okay. You don't need to do everything all at once, or you don't need to help everyone. Like without you being healed first, you cannot help the other people also. So as a future energy, luck is on your sign, and new moon in Sagittarius. I love that. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and it's a sign that they really like to try new things, different things. They are so passionate. And I'm seeing that yeah, the wheel is gonna turn in your favor so soon. You're gonna feel the luck on your side, and you might feel that passion again. And as a clarification for men holding a coin, I'm feeling that the luck is gonna start to turn on your side about the man that wasn't so appreciative of what you were putting it out, what you are offering it, basically. So this is I feel like this is going to happen in a soon future. You're going to see the results of your decision after you healed. Let's get a clarification for the future energy of yours. Okay. So 10 of Cups in reverse. Let me see if there's any more cards. No. Okay. So you're going to find out that missing piece of you. So 10 of Cups in the upright position is an energy that's basically an energy fulfillment, the radiant energy that you feel complete and everything is working out so well in your life that you're emotionally fulfilled, basically. But in reverse, this card represents that there is something missing in your life. It feels like some connection, a connection. In this reading, I'm seeing a connection, a specific connection, wasn't making you feel satisfied. There was something not clicking there. So I feel like the luck will be on your side about that. So you started to see the reasons more clearly, and you started to realize what is that missing piece. Okay. So let's get the one last message for group number 3. Okay, not those ones. What is the last message? That group number 3 and still here. Okay, it really flew out, and oh, God's sake, I cannot make this up. So let your past go. It was saying the same thing for a time for healing. Everything is saying, let your past go. The luck will be turning on your side. Let me read that. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary, dear one. It's time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and now it's gone. This is beautiful. Exactly. Like the whole message all over here is just keep repeating the same thing. Let your past go. Wow. That's beautiful. So please do not try to rush things. Just let it go with the flow. It's totally normal to need more time for healing and taking as much time as you need for healing. And you don't need to please anyone but yourself. So thank you so much for joining me, and hope you will have a great rest of your day.